T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
Shake it back! Does that feel good? Yeah.
I always wonder what y'all are going to do.
I know. I'm always trying to think of something fun to do. What can I do to catch them off guard? All right, Shake and Bakers, welcome to episode 395 of the Shake and Bake Show with Stevie Fast Jackson, Purple Teeth, Courtney, Slice of Cake, Cabernet, Wino, Enders.
Okay.
And Lyle smoked his eyebrows off and is about to choke himself out because he's moving into a new house, Barnett.
But look at the cool new background.
Huh?
Look at the cool new background.
It is very cool. I like the sign there. You got a little pool table. Where am I? I'm gonna come play pool with you. I'm not good at it.
I'm in my new house.
What you think about the new? What about the new shindig? What about that thing?
This is the ultimate test of marriage. Living together first, like that's always fun and new. Buying a house second, but remodeling one.
Did I do that?
Yeah.
Did I put us like that?
I'm gonna be transparent with our Shake and Bakers here. My marriage didn't quite make that remodel.
I mean, it's literally
So
like
cheers.
like she just came down the stairs.
Here's happy trails.
Don't you mock her.
And I was like, I think did you put it down the drain?
That's not how she sounded. I heard her. You leave Mel Bell alone.
All right. So amongst ourselves, the last few hours have been very happening, and we have been busy trying to figure out what the hell we're going to talk about because we had an entire show planned. We actually worked on this one, and we actually we're ready to go with this one. I had my machine gun out, and I was about to mow down the Cheeto factory. As you guys know, thank you for watching. We had a special guest planned to come on. Big Chief was coming on, had some scheduling conflict last minute, and you're now stuck with us gringos. So thank you guys for coming on to watch. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, and a lot of stuff has happened in the last 2 weeks since we saw you guys. I always start off the show like this. Lyle, what have you been up to?
Remodeling a house.
Remodeling a house, about to get divorced, right?
Yeah. Yes, and beadlock in the world, man. We are
the MacFab social is on fire.
And we are busy. Jesus Christ, we are busy. We still have a 4 to 5 day turnaround. I had 2 walk-in appointments this morning. Both were gone in an hour. That is something that we offer if you guys live anywhere local and you don't trust the shipping companies that are out there, which I get it.
Yeah.
Drive them down. Got some nice breakfast joints just across the railroad tracks from us. We'll beadlock your wheels while you wait. Take about an hour. Put them back in your truck and go back to the house. So
there's nowhere else in drag racing you can do that.
Mm-mm.
I'm telling you, I call and I have to send them a blood sample and a birth certificate, a social security number, and prepay to get a part, and they guarantee it next year sometime at the end of the year. So that's pretty unheard of in our sport.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing.
Beadlocking the world. What about you? You sound like you got the jungle rot. Courtney?
I do. I have the PRI / Austin Flow Sports Super Spreader event / wedding in the rain, 12 hours at Disneyland where my shoes were soaking wet, but had great company. Watched my best friend get married. And I got home the other day and hit the dirt. Today is the first day that I am above water.
Hey, somebody put Sean Presley's comment up real quick. Let's discuss it before we get started.
I wasn't talking about what I've been doing at all.
Sean, here's my advice to you.
Dang.
If this is the way you feel, start your own fucking podcast and bring them on if you want to. This is our show, and I'll bring whoever I want to on anytime I want to.
So we tried to do that, and we got burned.
Right. Yeah. Oh, no, but it's not the ones that they want, right?
But that's okay. This is our show.
Correct. So if that's who you want on your show, go start you one. Do all the things.
It's fun. You get to spend, I don't know, about 785 hours a month working for nothing. It's fun. Get your work.
Or that little arrow that points down that like closes the screen out. Hit that and go
No, they
kick some
like us
rocks
too
in your
much.
driveway.
Also,
So I was ready for this, knowing that the hate was coming. So like I got up this morning, I went and ran about 75 miles like Forrest Gump. I come in, I was like, because like I knew that we're going to have immense amounts of turmoil today, and I was ready for it.
but you weren't ready for what happened.
And then somebody below said that they, and I like the Swanstroms, like they're good people, but those guys will use anything for publicity, just not me. They're not using me for it. So anyway,
Here's the other thing that I want to
moving on.
when people want to talk about these guests that we have, guys, we have 3 very different areas and views of drag racing and what we do. Obviously, we've got our little niches and stuff, and we try to spread it out to where we're covering all of drag racing. If we're going to have Clay Milliken on every time or Eric Enders on every time or this or that, it doesn't work that way. That's why we go Lonnie Grimm to Brian Loans to Big Chief to all the things. So let us be. We'll be all right, and you'll still watch.
Blackberry, I don't mind. I don't mind. Corey.
Yeah, I like when we get challenged. There's times I'll say stuff that's way out of line, and I apologize for it. But at the end of the day, Phil Schuler told me when I was 1 year old, he said, if you say something and you really believe it, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks.
No, and that's why we work well on this show together.
Believe me, I am not a No Prep fan or a Street Outlaws fan. So for me to want to bring someone from that realm that's a superstar in that realm, that's well revered to dish different styles of racing, that is us reaching out. Like that is me. That's me poking the olive branch out there.
And maybe we thought he was going to talk about some things that some of them still on it can't talk about. So
yeah, what we're trying to figure out is where the buck stopped on the whole guest thing. We're going to get to the bottom of it, of what actually happened. I want to know if the Disney Channel,
like I said,
what happened.
Like I said in my video, we have guests on and they're cool and we get to cover the sport of drag racing. But call me a narcissist. People watch the Shake and Bake show for us and Matt. So here we are. You're going to take what we give you and you get us tonight.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So Courtney's been sleazeballing around at the Love's truck stop with PRI, getting sick, kissing on everybody at the Drag Illustrated party.
No, I was a good girl.
Yeah, that's what you said. You said you got
girl.
some communicable disease at the PRI.
I did say that. So maybe it's just kissing babies and shaking hands, not making out with a bunch of randos.
So the PRI flu is a real deal. And we're gonna, don't believe me, don't leave. We're not done talking about all the Cheetos and stuff. But the PRI flu is a real deal. The last 2 years I went there, I came back nearly dead. Cord came back this year and had the type. He actually had to go to prompt care. Missed a few days of work. He had the type A flu. I think when you put that many people from that many places in a cold environment and then put them in a heated room together and everyone goes out and gets drunk for 3 days, you get sick.
Yeah, it's a very yucky situation.
One more reason to bring PRI back to Orlando where it belongs.
Although it wasn't that cold this year. It was
really
actually pretty decent. And that's just not me speaking that I don't have to leave the J-Dub. It wasn't that bad. 40.
You didn't drink enough to kill the PRI flu.
I didn't. I had to be responsible this year. I actually had things that I had to do.
All right, so Lyle's beadlocking the world. Courtney's getting drunk and getting sick. I have been working my tail off at KTR. We are snowed down, kind of like Lyle said. We are like a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest around here. New shop is busy as hell. Phones ringing off the hook. Customer cars getting serviced. It's all hands on deck and full boogies. That's what we've been doing here lately. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got to get back to the Cheetos. But before that, let's lead off with the first piece. First of all, I guess we're talking about PRI. What was the biggest what was the biggest nugget from PRI? Like, what do you think what was the biggest nugget from PRI?
Well, it depends who you ask and how they broadcast it, because I truly believe that the announcement that was the biggest announcement that the sanctioning body's ever going to make. And I had more people come up to me at PRI, like fans, and say, I can't wait to hear.
Stop. I talk trash about no prep all the time. And I talk trash to Lyle about no prep. It's not my style of racing. I don't begrudge anybody that wants to go out there and do that. You've heard the problem is you pick and choose what you want to hear, but you don't listen to what everybody says. Time and time again, I give those guys credit for bringing relevance to the sport, bringing fans and new interest to the sport, giving sponsors dollar value for the sport. It is its own niche market that's over there. I don't have a problem with it. My only problem with it is when you act like it's real drag racing that's got clocks and a Christmas tree. When you bring that raggedy shit out to the track, it's slow as hell and it gets the shit kicked out of it. That's all I say about it. So don't put words in my mouth. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyway, I had people come up to me at PRI just in passing. Can't wait to hear y'all talk about the biggest announcement in NHRA history. And I'm going to say this with my whole chest.
Bring it on, because if you don't, I'm on a roll. Me and Lyle.
I'm going to be nicer than y'all because I do believe Tony Stewart coming in and racing a top fuel car is a big fucking deal. That's a big deal for our sport. That's eyeballs we've never seen. I love the way that he did it. Because he could have done it last year, but he told me on my very own podcast, I wasn't ready. I couldn't feel my ass. I couldn't see it. And I'm not going to do something that I can't be great at. And he wasn't ready. So I love his trajectory and the story of him getting to there. I think it's great for Leah, what's going on there. Leah's one of my longest friends of a lifetime. I think that that's cool because so very rarely do girls actually get to come into this sport and make that decision and have the opportunity to come back. It's usually a one or the other. So good for her to be able to follow in Angel's footsteps and build a family with him. But my only grievance, because I think it's badass, and I do not want anybody to misconstrue this at all, because I will sucker punch you in the teeth, literally. The way they came about it was wrong. It was wrong. I am a public relations professional. And I think that for the sanctioning body to claim, whether it is or isn't, because it very well might be some of the biggest news that the sanctioning body's ever released, it wasn't their right to claim that. Because what about all the history in the last 70 years that's been made? What about all the things, all the people that have built this sport have done? For them to say this is the biggest thing coming from the mouth of the sanctioning body, I just think the exact same words and the exact same excitement and the exact same announcement should have come from the team. What do I know? Not a whole fucking lot, but that's my 2 cents.
And again, NHRA is Farmer Fran for this episode. Everybody thinks that Big Chief's going to be Farmer Fran. Maybe the man did have a scheduling time conflict. Maybe the Disney Channel didn't write a check. I don't know. But NHRA, the way they handled this press release, they are Farmer Fran. And again, I'm with you. I think it's great that Tony's coming into the sport. Everyone does. Everybody is sad to see Leah stepping out. I'm a fan. I'm a huge Tony and Leah fan. The media is attacking people who have the opinion that the announcement was mishandled in a way that I do not understand. I read many publications over the last 14 days blasting the fans for getting upset. NHRA had 1,300 comments on their Facebook page about this, where they said it was the greatest, biggest announcement of all time. Everyone agrees that it is a great thing, and we love it, and it's awesome, and it needs to get all this publicity. But that is a team news thing. When NHRA comes out, I have never seen NHRA put as much wiener in their mouth as they have had in their mouth the last 14 days. It's depressing, and it's belittling to all the other great racers who have come before that and the great racers that are racing now. So that's my opinion.
Now, I'm going to mention this before you do, Lyle, because the way that the world works, if you guys saw the Competition Plus story on the other side of this, because as we know, there's a whole journey that leads up to a big decision announcement like this. Lyle has been on the fence and kind of been teetering and waiting. We got to get him a pro mod ride. We got to get him this, but go and explain your part in this now that it's out in the open, Lyle.
So I went to Leah, and
I'm going to do to you what Stevie just did to me. Listen, Black Betty, that horse is dead.
There's a couple comments from whoever Black Betty is.
Yeah, that's not the one we're hunting. We need another one.
Yeah. Anyway, there's several back through there.
Keep going. I shouldn't have even.
Sorry.
Go on.
About me being arrogant about somebody getting clout off. Like, dude, put your real name in your profile first of all. Quit hiding behind the keyboard.
Good show tonight, ladies.
But anyway,
this is hot. We are definitely getting a lawsuit after tonight.
Whoever that guy is.
NHRA, I do not have as much money as you. Don't sue me. I'm already being sued.
So backtracking to when's the last time I ran pro? 22. I actually went to Leah and Tony and told them that I had some potential sponsorship on the horizon for Pro Modified that I felt, and when I say it was bigger than Pro Mod, that May would want to look at the Nitro ranks, and if that was the case, was there room on their team? And and they're like, look, it's something we can consider. We haven't really thought about it, but if you're serious, I said, well, I'm only serious if the sponsors are serious. So I just want you to know I'm interested. One thing led to another, and like I said in the article, I had, when meetings started with the TSR team, I had to sign some non-disclosure deals, which is why nobody really knew, obviously nobody knew about it. And we were moving forward with me replacing Leah in the Top Fuel car. It is the sole reason I licensed with Randy Meyer in the Top Alcohol car. We had plans to do some testing with the TSR team for me to license in the Top Fuel car. And the plan was for me to start the 24 season. Originally, I was going to start the 23 season. Some things happened with what they had going on. It looked like a mid-year change. That team really made good strides through the middle part of the year. We're in contention for a championship, and I could not blame them at all for not pulling her out of the seat. Let's go for a championship, and they almost did it. They were one run away from a world championship, and that in turn gave Tony time in the Top Alcohol car to get comfortable. He made laps in the Top Fuel car throughout the year, and and like I said, am I disappointed that I did not get the seat? Yeah. Like I took a whole year off. I didn't have a Pro Mod ride. I didn't run any Top Alcohol stuff, really, just waiting to make sure I was ready to jump in the seat of the fuel car if I got the call. And it gave, Tony time to get comfortable. And look, at the end of the day, he owns that shit. He owns from top to bottom. He owns the rig, the car, the parts. He owns it all. And if that dude wants to drive his own Top Fuel car,
oh God.
I mean, freaking do it, just the fact that not only was I considered, but I was the choice to replace her in the Top Fuel car is something I could hang my hat on, right? And do I think that opportunity is 100% gone? No. I think that it will, could potentially come back around. We have not talked about that at all. So I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I feel as though that opportunity may arise again. And I'm just going to try to maintain some relevance out there, run good in Pro Mod. Even though I've gone to Stevie's arch rival, I'm now driving.
It's like there's a knife. What's that cartoon where they stab the guy and put the like Robin Hood or something? Where maybe it's Gladiator. I don't know. He's got to fight in the thing when he's bleeding out. It's rough.
But I'm driving for Proline next year, and with Steve Petty tuning, and that's a championship caliber team over there. They've got really good stuff, tons of data with that combination, and and I feel like if I can keep my head on straight and drive decent, come the end of the year, I think we'll be talking about a championship. So, disappointed a little, obviously that I didn't get the Top Fuel ride, but excited that for the team that I'm with in 2024 in Pro Mod, and I think it's going to be good. Everything happens for a reason. My son is really young. This is an important time in his life. I literally run half the races that I would if I was in the Top Fuel car, not counting all the things that come with that. And I think that's a lot of what people don't understand is, yes, we are race car drivers. Outside of that, there are so many other responsibilities. Appearances here and
especially on a team like that,
doing this for they're a big deal, and so like I said, I think everything happens for a reason. I'm excited for Tony. I'm going to continue to support that team and go to the starting line with them and be there for the good times, hopefully, and the bad. And if it happens, it happens. If it don't, Pro Mod it is, and we'll just see what happens from there. But I
for one am pulling for Lyle Barnett in a TSR fuel car of sorts for sure. And as I said, every time I open my mouth or give my opinion on this, I get blasted. No, I haven't heard one person say that this isn't big, huge, groundbreaking, awesome national notoriety news.
Yeah, we get
the sanctioning body is supposed to lead the path. I mean, reading the comments, what are they doing to increase purses or get some car count in, or make some positive changes for some stuff? Get on the ball and
The
get
new
that
sponsor
out of your mouth. You can't honk that Bobo forever. You got to get on another Bobo.
The new series sponsor, like we got Camping World in a pinch to get us out of a COVID situation.
Right.
This is the first one that wants to be invested. They're keeping the Too Fast, Too Tasty deal. Mission Foods has done a huge service to us by taking to get more money. What did we get from that announcement?
Like, not that it's the biggest news ever.
Deal. We were
I'm just going to say this: if somebody slaps me in the mouth with $5 million, it's going to be the biggest news of KTR history.
We were
jumping up and down. It ain't gonna be the biggest news that I got somebody testing a car at a track for me this week.
We were the week before PRI. I was at John Force's shop, Antron's house, and Ron Caps's shop. And every single person who works for those teams, the drivers included, the PR reps who have been there 148 years, Ted Yerzik, I'm talking to you. We were trying to figure out what this announcement was. And it was so crazy because I've never seen, if it had to do with something like purse, or people were saying, switching back to quarter mile, whatever it may be, it couldn't have been anything performance based because nobody knew. Nobody knew. At first, I thought I was out of the loop.
I dug through I called in every favor I had. I'm like, hey, you remember that time that I saved your dog when it got hit by the car?
We all thought about Tony, and we're like, no way that's going to be what they're doing. No way. Like, we said it on this show 2 Tuesdays ago. Like, it could be this, but that would be poor. But anyway, that's what we
Chase, Chief had a appearance scheduling conflict at the Cheetos factory and was unable to make it. And Lyle is not going to be gapping anyone in a whole-line car because I will be standing in his way every step of the way. And all bullshit aside, I do anticipate Lyle and that team there in Vegas racing for a championship. If it happens, I'll be.
Hey, I just real quick, where did Black Betty go?
I think their internet went out.
Oh,
yeah.
The neighbor changed.
Shucks.
Yeah.
Mom, cut it off.
On a similar note, before we move on, I do want to say that with one out, one comes in. Ida coming in from over the pond to race Top Fuel. I think that's pretty cool. And so while, again, we'd love to see Leah continue to do this forever because she's badass. But I think that's cool that we get a fresh new face. And I'm going to say it, she's a hot blonde too. So, potato.
Yeah, no, the new blood that we've got coming in is exciting. You got not just Tony, but you got drivers from around the world coming in, going to make some laps. All of it's good for marketing. It's an exciting. Got the old neighbor reset the router. It's going to be 2024 is going to be a year where no matter what class you like, there's going to be something exciting for you to watch.
Oh, Justin, y'all, makes sense.
What?
Got it. Understood.
Oh, Brendan.
Understood.
Oh, I can do that later.
Okay. I've seen a couple questions. The car that I will drive for the Scott Tidwell camp is the orange car that Ken Cartuccio drove in Vegas.
Shout out Kenny Q.
So we currently Scott's talking about running 2 cars. I think he announced at NHRA that the second car could possibly be driven by Ken Cartuccio as well. We will both have Pro Charger rides, but I will be under the Scott Tidwell umbrella and driving one of his cars. So it will be a 69 Camaro of some sorts. I will continue to drive the gray one in Outlaw, and then the orange car is the plan for now in NHRA.
Don't worry. Somebody said when they hit the Marcus Burt said that when he hits the lottery, KTR already did hit the lottery, and I'm building him a car. Marcus, as soon as your car's done, we got to build Lyle a car too, so we can get him away from the gates.
Oh, come on.
Chocked full of gates. All right. So we got NHRA screwing the pooch. What else come out of PRI that was hot? Sponsorship for PDRA.
Yes, red line.
Deal, right?
Very good deal. We also had the PDRA banquet, which was really cool. And Corey from React 104 did one of the most amazing videos I've ever seen in your life. I don't care if you've never watched a second of drag racing or PDRA. Go to the PDRA page or my Facebook page and check it out. It's called The Proving Grounds. Your jaw will be on the floor. It's goosebump worthy. It's freaking incredible. Awesome, awesome, awesome shit. So they debuted that at the banquet, which was pretty cool. What's that face for?
Me just reading the comments. I mean, there's so many comments in so little time.
I know they're coming in hot.
So what else? What else happened hot? Anything else good? Anybody get out of hand at the DI party?
I left before midnight.
I left at 12:30. I said I was going to turn into a pumpkin at midnight, but I did hear some stories from some things, and there was a couple of vomit-filled Ubers, a couple of people falling on the curb, the normal thing, you know.
That's normal.
I know.
Mean, good and racing related. I am petitioning West Buck next year's DI party. Check your phone at the door. And
couldn't agree more. And those of you standing up top, just looking at the people down below, just don't talk about it.
Right.
Don't talk about it. People are losing.
Whatever you see with your eyes is just for you.
Just keep for you. But I was good. I actually was not too far behind you, Lyle, because, and I'll brag on myself, I got to speak on the Women in Motorsports panel the next morning, which was probably one of the coolest things I've been asked to do in my career up to date. And I loved it, and it was freaking awesome. And that room was packed to my surprise, and that was pretty cool for me.
Is this true?
Oh my God, true story. So it was like 11:45, and I'm looking around. We had this big bottle of vodka, which Richard got stuck with the bill. I got to hit up everybody who drank at that table because he wants money. Big bottle of vodka, and I'm looking around, nobody's looking. So I just decide, I'll just put water in here and continue to do it. And all of a sudden I see this big old gangly hand pouring vodka in, and I look up and there's David pouring vodka in my water. So I tried to be good.
You guys know that I've ran Keith Haney out of every series and sanctioning body that I have competed in every time he's ever showed up. I ran him out of NHRA. I ran him out of PDRA, and I ran him out of RVW. So, like, if y'all like Keith Haney, you don't want me to race him no more. Because, like, eventually there won't be nowhere to hide.
He would be good on here. I don't know if he'd come on.
Yeah, he would.
Keith Haney? He probably would.
I don't know. Maybe.
He probably wouldn't. He probably would know how Google Calendar works.
I'm trying to keep up with these two. I did see, PDRA going to Bristol. That's big news. That's cool.
Yeah.
Y'all are some commenting fools tonight.
I know, and I'm not even paying attention to y'all because I'm trying to read that. I need to quit. I'm not going to the Christmas tree race. We are, as we said at the beginning of the show, I'm dead in the middle of a house remodel and got just too much shit going on. Can't make it. Won't be there.
Marcus, I'm uncatchable. Uncatchable.
Just like the 12-point buck.
Maybe.
All right. Other hot news that just smoked out of the press in Pro Mod. So we got NHRA being a bunch of dumbasses. How about Mike Thielen signing to drive a Ricky Smith tuned and owned Nitrous Pro Mod full-time in NHRA Pro Mod? This will be our first full-time pro Nitrous touring car in a few years. This is big news.
Could be dangerous.
Well, it will be dangerous because I know they're already trying to get a 50-pound weight break again and trying to get some 18-inch wheels, 1,000 cubic inch motors need to be in. Thielen's a good driver. Ricky's got a fast car. So this is the competition is not thinking enough about what's about to happen. No. They're going to be a contender right off the bat.
What about the other day where Victor announced that after Snowbirds, 25 pounds on the boosted cars for US Street?
Yes, and we can also say back, they're trying to slow the cars down to where more of the nitrous guys come and that they are more competitive. What about piling 150 pounds on the turbo cars for Snowbirds and them running faster? So sometimes maybe weight doesn't.
No.
Yeah.
Are they finishing the Snowbirds at US Street? Does anybody know?
Yeah, the last 4, from what I understand.
So
I think they split up the cheese, and then
I'm one of those 4, Courtney. I'm one.
Yeah, I know you are.
And Lyle's gonna be out there giving them that. See, everybody's on a practice tree over Christmas now. Pow, pow, trying to get you.
And I booked my flights for US Street today.
Don't matter.
So I'll be there.
My wife is good at the practice tree. Stuff one of them in the beams over there and cut one of them good lights.
We had this argument. I don't know, whatever last. At the Burnouts for Kids. And somebody got Don. A kid got Don for $10 on the practice tree. They get over there. Don goes 0-12. Kid smokes out a trip zip and crushes him. And I have had people whoop me to death on a practice tree that can't drive a nail. So the practice tree can be deceiving.
It can be.
Holy smokes, Matthew! Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
We appreciate you. That's a good picture you got in your YouTube deal. That's back when I was crushing everybody. Look, I was younger and skinnier there.
I tried to find a Santa hat to wear tonight, but apparently I'm not very festive because I couldn't find one.
I think I got some Santa stuff.
I got one right here.
I even went into HEB and looked. They didn't have one. How do you not have one? It's the week before Christmas.
Courtney,
Woo!
do you live in a part of Texas that Amazon doesn't deliver to?
No, I didn't think about it till today.
Jesus.
Rookie. So there was a lot of.
Hat.
All right. Okay.
Thank
This
God
can
he's
be
gone.
Come on back, Big Chief.
Was he here?
No, I was talking about.
Oh, you mean this one? Oh,
Perfect.
okay. All right. Okay. Yeah,
Perfect.
this one right
Come
here.
on,
This
Santa
is what
Claus.
I love. Good job.
Santa Lyle. Hey, Santa Lyle, I need you to bring me a big old sack of cheese and put it under the tree.
I need to deliver Black Betty some a router, maybe an internet booster.
I asked the Santa at our Flow Christmas party for an 18-wheeler full of hundreds, but he said no.
How'd that work out for you?
There was a lot of posts on my social media about Big Chief coming on as a publicity stunt. Please,
Oh, come
that
on.
is not accurate. A, we would never do that, and B, you could only ever do that one time. So
And you can't use somebody's likeness without them knowing.
No.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. We're not that smart, guys. We're not that smart.
I'm definitely not that smart.
We know.
Let's see if Matt's got my. Might have a new video out. I have to scurry through the internet and see if
All right.
there's
Did y'all see any of the
Shut
videos?
up. You did.
What? I don't know that.
Keep going, Lyle.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, go figure it out.
Y'all see any of the videos after? So Dig or Die was this past weekend. It's like the biggest backside no prep race on the East Coast, at least. It was at Rockingham. 100.
And that's the deal where they start at the finish line and run back toward the starting line, right?
Well, they start in the shutdown, like where you turn off of the racetrack. Normally, they come back the other way. There was like 116 small tire cars or something that entered there. I mean, just a ridiculous amount of cars, big race, whatnot. But there were a couple of blowovers, right?
Oh, I did see that.
Like top end.
Yeah, like floating around.
Radial car style blowovers. So it sparks this whole conversation about safety, right? And they're like, oh, blowovers at a Duck X Productions event, and it's the greatest thing to ever happen in drag racing. Blowovers at a no prep event, and everybody wants to start talking about safety. Well, here's the problem. One, the blowovers at a no prep event where, I mean, we all know how fast everybody runs. It's a mid 5-second deal, right? You know, I don't know. I'm assuming they were running 550s or 560s in the later rounds there, which I'm not saying that's not slow, but like they're not putting down the kind of power that these radial cars do that would result in a blowover, right? So the safety issue that I see is, one, this is caused by ridiculous amounts of weight added to the rear of these cars, right? And I mean, we're talking, I know of people that carry 600 and 700 pounds in lead, 100% not securely fastened. And these cars that run these backside no prep events were built in backyards, like Stevie's S10 truck he used to drive. I mean, you know, like beer money, complete piles of shit. You know, there's zero safety tech. So like, I don't think there is much saying that it's just a safety issue, and you're comparing apples to oranges here. And I do think it's a safety issue, and I don't know how you fix it, you know, other than get a set of scales out there and tell everybody to pull all the weight out of their cars and say you can't carry more than, I don't know, 300 pounds or something like that. But like somebody is going to get
stock. You can have a maximum rear weight.
Somebody is going to get hurt or worse. Because one, when these things get out of control with 600-700 pounds in the trunk, the momentum they carry into the fucking concrete wall is outrageous, you know? So anyway, figured we'd just touch on that for a second.
I
I
particularly
saw some of the videos, and you can tell people were just talking about how much power they were making on the top end, and I'm like, that's not power. I mean, it is power. It's got power, but like not flying through the air power. So
yeah, and like that guy, this guy just commented, said Ryan said he had 450 pounds in the trunk of his car.
Oh, come on, lawsuit.
But that's what it takes to like.
Oh,
And
yeah, for sure.
a question that I had for Justin tonight was, do you think that an abundance of weight in the trunk of a car makes up for lack of ability to tune a chassis? Because everybody knows that weight is grip, right? Like you can just keep piling weight in the back of one and they will eventually hook up, right? Until you just let go of the button and it literally just stands on its end and doesn't move. But that was going to be my question to him, because he is a pretty smart dude when it comes to this street style no prep racing, but is just ridiculous amounts of weight in the trunks of these things. Is that just a Band-Aid for lack of ability to tune a chassis? And I'm not saying Ryan Mitchell cannot tune a chassis. That dude is a very good no prep racer. But I know in general, in that arena, people just keep piling weight until the car sticks.
Billy Stockton would always say that weight is a dummy's, makes anybody looks like a superstar. And what he would mean by that is if you have a class where there's a lot of weight to add, everybody can look like a crew chief. It's when you get into a pro extreme type situation or a pro nitrous type situation where you got 15, 20 pounds to play with, you'll figure out who the good chassis tuners are, because it is hard. Weight definitely fixes it. Weight and power fixes a lot of stuff. Yeah. And that's probably why you see when they added $150 to the turbo cars for snowbirds, it didn't hurt them. They went faster. It's probably because it fixed their ballast a little bit. Oh, that's pretty good. I see a lot of comments going up about let's talk about this.
I was busy watching that video.
Oh, did it? Is it good? And Brandon, yes, I absolutely can win a championship in a nitrous car. I love nitrous cars, and we're about to make nitrous great again sooner than later. Also, I saw a lot of comments about my
that's hot.
Our new leader of our engine development program. We announced it over PRI. We've hired Bob Reinhart to head up our R&D and do our engines. And this is a big deal. It's a step that we've worked towards for a long time. We have a lot of thought and process in this, a lot of eggs in this basket, and we're very excited to bring him on. It's going to be a really big shot in the arm for our team. Y'all
been making moves.
Making moves. Don the Hitman O'Neill. Well, I can't call him the Hitman because that's Drew's name. I had to come up with I either call him Lieutenant Don or Don O'Don or Super
Lieutenant Don.
Or I got to come up with a nickname, but he is he's blazing a path. I said, go find me 25 of the best people in the industry, and he is doing it. So we are.
Call me or Lyle.
I said, well, Lyle doesn't build Hemis, and you can't drive a nail. So, like,
no one really knows that.
Well, until you show me different.
Okay, fair.
Then
fair. All right.
I mean, would you want me flying a space shuttle and landing on the moon?
No, just like that.
Because I've never shown you I can do that.
Bitch told me at the bar at the Embassy Suites, Indy, your blonde friend, Lyle. You ain't a driver and you never will be.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Things about to get. Y'all thought the Cheeto factory was about to be bad.
I know she's watching too. She always does.
I heard you about got your ass whooped in that deal.
No, did not.
That's just what I heard.
I actually had a fan come up to the gates at the race the next day and said, "Damn it, I had 100 on you." Fuck.
Stevie, I've seen it a couple times. What is the gun that is in the window in your videos?
Okay, so everybody blew my tail out about that piece of crap. That's a Kel-Tec bullpup. It's a plastic piece of shit rear exit 223. Everybody's like, oh, that's the coolest gun that you can have. That piece of crap is over there because if somebody breaks in, I want them to steal that one. Or that's for me to get you off of me so I can get something to shoot you with. So that's just a cheap throwaway $1,000 piece of crap 223. Robbie Lowry put a $1 bill in the barrel of that thing, and I asked him why. He said, so it'd be worth something.
Oh, no. So, it looks cool, though, in all your videos.
It does look cool, and I do like shooting it, but it is not it looks cool, and that's about it. I was at the Ace Hardware, and they had it, and I'm a sucker. So like my Ace Hardware, because I live in the country, sells a lot of weapons. So like you go in there and you'll see some crazy shit sometimes, and I'm like a sucker. Like they see me coming in and, hey Stevie, we hadn't seen you in 3 days.
They order shit just for you.
I go in there to buy some nails and come out with 4,000 rounds and 2 assault rifles. So that's in case you haven't figured this out. KTR, we are weapons enthusiasts of all shapes. We have people on our team that own a tank, so we like weapons.
I've seen quite a few comments on it, and if we don't want to talk about this yet, if you had a trajectory there, that's fine. But do we have that picture of the 00 shit show email loaded up?
I don't know. We'll see if Matthew does. We'll put that on there. Until then,
background.
Yeah, because we definitely want to talk about that because that was
so
really
badass.
Cool. I think they're just trying to. Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's one of them. Yeah, they did. Don't forget to go back to that comment though, Stevie. So 00 shit show, being prim and proper that they are, had junior drivers and parents submit basically applications to be a part of the junior mafia. They get it's like kind of like an ambassador deal like they are with Racers Club, but for kids and 00 shit show. So you had to write an email of why you should be a part of this junior mafia. And those kids that we just put up on the screen are the ones that got it. Hundreds of emails, y'all. Like, if you think kids aren't watching all the things that we do, especially on 00 shit show, you're crazy. And it kind of scares me sometimes because there's some stuff that makes me cringe on there, but in a good way, David. But I think that's pretty cool to involve the kiddos in there and get them repping the no help stuff. But there was one email that
I'm trying to find it so I can send it to Matt, or you send it to Matt.
I sent it. Yeah. I mean, I could just read I can read it. It's
what?
What?
Jason Justy's comment. That's funny.
Anyway.
So
all right, back to so this was the email. This is awesome.
My name is Hannah Grace, and I'm 13 years old, and I've been racing for 3 years. I won my first championship, and competed in the World Finals this year. My career started very rough, though. Last year, after the first year of testing, my dad took me to watch the NHRA race at ZMAX, and I got to meet Stevie Fast, my favorite racer. I told Stevie I wanted to be just like him, and he said, no, you'll end up upside down and on fire. Well, sure as shit, in October that year, my motor dieseled, and I found myself under a Tahoe in the pits. My car was totaled, but that didn't stop me. We got a new car, and I got right back into action. I love this sport, and while I may be the kid that takes a 10th advantage on the starting line and gives it back 20, my passion is strong enough to make Lyle grow eyebrows back and make Courtney's teeth go from purple to white. I would love to be a part of the Mafia, but if my application is not good enough, just think, is this really where you want to be when Jesus comes back, keeping little old Hannah Grace out of the Mafia when she could give Lyle his eyebrows back? Signed, Welch Racing Co-Counsel. P.S. If I'm selected, we can go to my home track, Darlington Dragway, and Stevie can sit on my wing while I make a pass. I mean, what are we doing with life?
I mean, never. That's what
sounds like we just found the 4th member of the Shake and Bake.
I mean, incredible. Like,
yeah, never underestimate your impact that you have on people.
No,
I mean, both good and bad. My mama tells me all the time.
Landed on the good bad scale.
Yeah, and at the same time, I'm torn. Like I have a lot of parents that come up and they're like, "Yeah, little 3-year-old Timmy watches your YouTube channel all the time." And I'm like, "Don't let him do that." Like, and then I start thinking about all the times I said a bad word. So yeah, but that stuff like that does it really
that's awesome. And I got my 00 shit show pants on tonight. Represent.
You got your 00 shit show thong on?
No, I don't have one. There's 2 kinds of gals at 00 shit show. I ain't that.
Granny panties.
All right.
I also ain't that.
Brad Furman says that this is because they increased the tubing thickness and added fire suppression. But again, people are going to see it as however. I don't know the answer to that, so I don't know. I will assume many. First of all, I'm not going to say it. I'm not heading down that path. I'll be branded as more of a hater. But Brad says, and Brad has knowledge, is that it was because of that reason.
Yeah, I walked right into that one. I apologize.
Boom, boom.
Oh, yikes.
My bad. What?
Oh, thanks, man. I love some centerline wheels. The more Convo Pros come in, the more it makes my sticker peck out.
If I can find a set of center lines, like old center lines, I'm sending them to you. We got some Project Ronnie updates coming up a little later in the show. I haven't heard about this, so I don't know anything about it. What is going on with the headbutt and fight at the NHRA banquet? I'm sure you know.
I do.
I was laughing. I know he knows.
I know. I actually saw it kind of go down. I think fuck it. I don't care. Neither one of them like me anyway. So there's been some scuttle. We've all seen it through the year of Alex talking shit.
Scuttlebutt.
It's been going. Alex talking shit on JR, changing the DHL logo on their cars, calling him a clown on TV, yada, yada, yada. So it's kind of been brewing. And if anybody on here knows Sean Langdon, like he'll keep it together and it just brews, and then he loses it, right? But he does a pretty good job, and it's the end of the year banquet. Sean and Austin Prock showed up to the banquet wearing sunglasses, if that tells you what kind of mood they were in. Never took them off. Red carpet to headbutt. So there was some words said out by the bar. Alex was trying to find where they were supposed to go behind stage to go up on stage for the top 10, and Sean didn't make the top 10. So Alex decided to go ask Sean where to go, and then said, "Oh, you don't know where to go." So Sean said a couple of words to him and they dispersed. And then this is the part that I didn't see, but I heard the same story from 5 different parties. Comes back out afterwards. This is when Matt Hagan is talking. So I go out to the bar to get Erica a drink because she just got done speaking. So I go to get her a drink and I'm stuck. And I come back in when Matt Hagan's done talking and I see all this scuttling going around. Alex coming back, his whole table getting up, they're leaving. Coletta's table's whispering. I'm like, oh no. So supposedly at the bar, Alex went up to Sean and went, "Oops, this is the part that's supposed. Oops," kind of spilled his drink. And Sean asked Alex if he wanted to go outside. And they went outside. And as soon as they got outside, Alex did some weird ninja thing and boom, headbutted Sean in the face.
Oh, man.
Yikes.
And that was that. I don't really know if I heard his teeth were knocked through. I talked to Sean the next day. There was nothing. Like it was just, I think it just kind of caught him off guard. He was like maybe going to fight him. And then Alex does some weird, thing.
Like some Mr. Miyagi stuff?
Dude, Alex is weird like that. It's funny. He's funny like that. Like he doesn't give a shit. And neither does Sean. And I think Sean was ready to like pull the sleeves up and go. And before he pulled a sleeve up, he got a side hair swoop to the face. So that's what happened there, folks. That's what happened there.
Man, Lyle, me and you need to go to the banquet.
It's always something. And this year I was just really proud that Team Elite had nothing to do with any of it.
Yeah, y'all are normally all in prison all the time.
Yeah, ours was on Sunday at the racetrack, though. So we were on probation at the banquet.
So we got Clay Milliken watching from 36,000 feet, first class in Delta.
That a boy.
Tell the captain, I said, I hope the winds are prevailing and gas up.
Dang.
So I tried to talk my way into the cockpit of a Delta flight the other day.
And you didn't go to jail?
No, I wasn't. I didn't say I tried to break into the cabin.
I got excited.
They opened the deal and I was like, "Hey, can I go up there?" And they're like, "No." I was like, "No, I'm a pilot." And they're like, "We don't care." They're like, "You can't go up there."
Doesn't matter there, bud.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
well.
Yes, I didn't get there. So we do need to talk about Clay's removable ballast infraction. I don't know enough about it.
I was not aware that this all happened after he wheelied.
Yeah, it was during it, right? It was during the wheeler.
During it that it happened.
Right. I need to talk to Clay because I don't want to speak about it and not know what I'm talking about.
He did a video.
Yeah,
I haven't watched the whole thing
I do
yet.
have it saved for my stuff to watch.
Yeah. So we don't know enough to speak on that yet.
Yeah, I don't want to say, "Oh, that's dumb," and then it's not accurate.
Justin Swanstrom in the house. What's up, Swan?
Can you tell them, hey?
We prowled all those MPK boys in here for nothing, with our publicity stunt.
It was a publicity stunt.
If only we would have thought of that.
That would be yeah. He's gassed up.
I love it.
All right.
What about burnouts for kids, guys?
So I was amazed at the job that they did. So Lyle and I have been celebrity judges at the Burnouts for Kid charity deal, Nate Prater's deal that they do at Carolina Dragway every December. And last year it was a great show, and this year I was blown away.
He's a talented guy.
It is a really that guy is a production guy. There's people that open the gates at racetracks and let people come pay them to come in. And then there are people like Donald Long who are production guys who you can tell that they lay awake at night thinking about how to wow the fans. Nate told us he's never done a show ever without a fireworks show at the end. He said, I don't care if I lose $50,000 for shooting fireworks at the end of the show. And they did. And it was awesome. And they caught the whole field on fire, needed a fire truck.
That's even cooler.
We'll see if we've got some footage loaded in here. They had monster trucks. There's rat rods. There are
things amazing.
Yeah, the place was packed. There's I got look at that Motion Race Works beautiful breather on there. I'm always look at this. These people are driving this shit around. Like this Volkswagen, this is the one I voted for my car. This thing's got a Harley Davidson engine. Like, how awesome is that? Donald wears his Christmas Santa Claus suit. It was really cool. All the judges got a deal, hand engraved deal.
See the little things like that.
Right. This is expensive to do. This is not a cheap thing. They built us a stage overlooking the deal. They fed us well. They had monster trucks. It was a cool deal.
I wish I could have gone so very badly. So very badly.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed it. And it is my goal to have Project Ronnie there for next year.
Breaking news. I just got a great text. Lyle, you got it too in our group text. Chase Freeman, best part of watching Shake and Bake. I make fajitas for dinner. Suck it, Lyle.
Ooh.
Well, that just means you won't get much work done tomorrow because you'll be shitting your pants, Chase.
He's a crew chief now, and it's the week of Christmas. He's fine.
Does anybody know how much money we have a total? I wish Nate was on here as a guest of where we're at on the Burnouts for Kids charity deal, because we made a deal that if we raise $50,000 for the children, Lyle's going to eat a big old steamy, gorgeous plate of fajitas on national television. And I'm talking about on the news. And
listen, I get a chance to talk. If I've agreed to this, this is for the kids,
for the children.
You're still eating fajitas.
This benefits the burn center that I was treated in. I've just teamed with Nate to do the fundraiser for the kids that will spend their Christmas holiday in the burn center as opposed to at their house around their own Christmas tree. These families have uprooted, basically moved to Augusta. You don't go to the JMS burn center if you aren't burnt severely and brought there from elsewhere. Most people are brought from out of town. It's a very specialized unit, and any kid that's going to spend their holiday there, their families are not driving back home every night. They're going to a hotel, or that burn center has a Ronald McDonald style house where families can stay, and it has a common laundry room and this, that, and the other. My family used it when I was there, but this is for them and for them only. And I would do anything for them. I would shave my beard if that was the deal.
Whoa.
For the kids at that burn center, that place saved my life.
Yeah.
I would do it, And so that was the deal. Don Juan or Lieutenant Don said, "Hey, if we can raise $50,000, we eat a plate of fajitas." And I said, for the kids, I'll do it.
Did you text Nate, or do you want me to text Nate?
Yeah, we need to figure out where we're at, because I think he has a deal where we can donate to that. And then also, Donald Long has a big heart. Everybody thinks he's this dickhead promoter, and he is a dickhead promoter.
It's part of the act. He said promoter put on a show.
Every year he's come to this thing, he brings a stack of cash, gets all the kids over to the deal, and throws it out there and gives it to them. And that he's not selling anything. Those kids aren't coming to a lights out race. They're not gonna buy any Duck X Productions merchandise. It's just you'd be amazed how many people in our sport that you think are assholes or really have a good heart. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, I got teared up during the national anthem, and I was choked up watching all those kids, around that deal. So we need to figure out.
Oh, Nate commented. I tried to text. No offense. I tried to text him on my computer, my iMessage, and I forgot he has a freaking Android, so it wouldn't go through.
Let's
I don't
see.
know where it is.
All right, we still have a few payouts pending, but our raffle is live until midnight tonight. $5. Post a link, Nate, in the comments, and I'll put it up. See if we can get some shake and bakers to go drop a little cheese for the children.
Yeah, on top of it being such a good cause, there's a few races a year for fajitas. There you go. There's a few races a year that those details and how they put on a show are just freaking second to none. And I really believe in the stuff that Nate and Ashlyn are doing over there. I think it's awesome.
Well, when you do it and you're doing it for a cause like that, it's easy for everybody to get behind it.
They love it.
Augusta, Georgia is a mecca for racing. We've had a racetrack open without shutting the doors for almost 70 years. We have a tremendous car culture here. We have car shows. We're a very car-based community. So it's cool to watch all of the local folks come out and support that deal.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm just having an allergy attack.
I wasn't hating on the Kel-Tec. I just had a lot of the weapons aficionados coming and giving me a lesson on it. I don't need a lesson on Matt can give me some lessons on weapons, maybe Robbie, but most of the rest of the folks, I'm pretty good. It'd be like a lot of people telling Austin Cole how to put a main jet in. Like, you just don't need to do that. He's done that
A few times.
Man, I had a bunch of comments we gotta get to. All right.
Good.
Go ahead.
I did see one that it's just rare. Somebody said they wanted to know. I don't know the history of how the three of you got together to do this show, but the three of you on the show is the best part. Great mix of hosts. This was a dream of them two, or you. You started it. You got him, and then I accidentally came on, huh?
Hey, according to Black Betty, I'm an arrogant asshole.
Well, according to Black Betty, I ride my sister's coattail, so he can fuck off.
Okay.
Me and yeah.
Well, no. To start,
first of all, let's tell about the shake and bake story. Then we'll get on to some Cheetos.
This was a request of like Stevie's fans individually via his social media and mine when we just started doing little story videos from the top end or wherever we were at in the pits just together. Like, people, you guys should start a show. You guys should start a show. And Stevie and I were like, should we start a show? And this was months in the making. Like, this wasn't like one Friday night. Stevie's like, hey man, let's start a podcast. Like, we got beat up about it. Not beat up, but we got requests for a long time before we did it. And it just so happened that we fucking brought Courtney on one week. And
well, what happened is like, so crash the push that Delta nose over on a Delta plane.
You're right.
Right.
So
that's fair.
It took us a long time to agree to do this because this is a lot of work and this takes a lot of time. Even though we don't script anything here, but it still takes a lot of time per week. So like, we were like, can we do it? Can we sustain it? Will anybody give a shit about it? Like, we talked about that more than anything. I said, we're going to get 5 viewers on this deal. And then we're going to close it down and look like dumbasses. So we started doing it. And then we get Purple Teeth on here for a guest. And everybody went crazy. She was wearing hot pants and stuff. She used to do that all the time. Now she doesn't. She's like hooked y'all in with the hot pants. And then we got no hot pants. And then we ended up stealing the damn show. You wore the hot pants?
I wore that skirt one time.
Yeah. Old Blanche's blouse.
It's fucking winter.
Shut
up, David. I'm wearing your stupid pants.
Like she's about to read us To Kill a Mockingbird or something.
David, if you don't get her in a 00 shit show thong.
I ain't taking a picture in a thong. That's not happening. The only thing that's happening is if I'm dead and whoever killed me takes a picture before they call the coroner.
You can put it on your OnlyFans.
If I had an OnlyFans, I wouldn't need a sugar daddy.
Do you need one? I'm sure Marcus says he's got you tight, right?
No, I heard it as it came out. I'm just fine.
Man.
Apparently, Black Betty's back at you,
I'm
Courtney.
gonna get myself in trouble.
Did we miss it?
Yeah, I'm looking to see what the link is to see if Nate posted the link. Hold on.
That's okay. I ain't worried about Black Betty. He can
Black
continue.
Betty. I'm trying to raise money for cheese.
Yeah, he's don't matter.
Oh no, he said that you definitely ride the coattails of your sister. Had no clue who you were until I saw pictures with your sister.
That's fine.
Man, good story. Wow, man.
It's funny how that happens when somebody works behind the scenes. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We're gonna get to this, Sully. We're just gonna. It's coming. It's coming. Don't worry.
Oh, Nate sent a text with the link to the deal, clickable link for.
Oh yeah, there it is.
I'll see if we can get Matt to fire that up in the background. I don't.
Doug Johnson's got a new car out. Grumpy's twin, a new small tire no prep car, and they are selling shirts to raise money for epilepsy awareness. So I think you can go to the Thunder Road Racing, Thunder Road Show Facebook page and find information on that.
I have this link, but I can't do it from my phone.
If you send it, I'm sure Matt can juke it up in there.
Well, I just meant because I got my iMessage up on here. I'm gonna just send it in Shake and Bake. Y'all, we have a group text called Shake and Bake. It's kind of cool.
That's pretty fun.
And today we all FaceTimed for the first time.
Yeah, we had a group FaceTime session. Even Matt was on there. See, we get to see
awesome.
Matt.
Although we were a little stressed.
Who was?
Well, I mean, the mood wasn't cheerful. It was trying to figure out what we were going to do.
Oh, yeah. No, like 2 hours ago, this place was a train wreck.
We almost didn't have the show tonight. So just to be fully frank with you guys, we said, okay, we weren't going to have another guest on and shank the other guest because then it looked like we were trying to pull one over on you guys. And then I was like, all right, we'll just push the show off 2 weeks. And I'm like, well, shit, that's next year. And I love doing these things. I love hanging out with you guys. I really do this. Everybody asks me, all the media outlets ask me about the success of our show. What is it that makes it successful? And I tell them all, it's you guys. And they're like, well, what is different about your podcast? And I said, we're just a bunch of idiots hanging out with our buddies talking about cars.
Yeah.
Like that's it. And it really is. And I think if you try to keep it like that, yeah, we're getting a lot of Cheeto hate going on in the comments. Man, golly, get me fired up in a little bit, and we'll let y'all have it.
Go for it. I'm here for it. Look, I'm already crying.
Yeah, boy.
All right.
I feel like you over here, Lyle.
Crying?
Speaking
Was
of, you
that-
and my sister can do this shit.
that
I
like
can't say that.
I mean, you don't have anything we can pick on you about.
Hmm.
Like this.
Y'all just did. You just said I dress like a granny.
I mean, you did. That floral skirt. I mean, like my English teacher wore the same thing. 100%.
Okay.
Oh man.
I mean, I'm
She
doing
was-
just fine. So
She was 60.
yeah.
Here you go. What's the difference between a thong and a bikini?
A, I'm wearing not my whole ass is out on a cheeky bikini, but B, what I said is I will never have my photo taken and posted in a thong.
But you
On
will
here.
take your own photo.
No,
You
no,
have
no.
one?
I'm just not putting that kind of shit out on the internet.
So Ryan asked about, is there somewhere we can donate for the kids? Did we get
Yeah.
Nate's link?
I
Where
sent
can-
it in the group text. And
Well, where-
Nate said he was going to send a QR code.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get something. I guess maybe we should just post it individually on our socials. Maybe.
Link is posted in the description now.
Yeah, that would be
Bunch of idiots compared to Matt.
all right, we're gonna get back to Cheetos. We gotta go. We're getting hung up here.
Oh, there it is.
So let me see if Matt's got any. Let me see if Matt's got.
Thanks,
any.
John.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let's see if we got any Project Ronnie updates. Oh, we do have pictures of you sitting in a funny car. What's up with that?
Oh, I told Ron Capps about our bet, and so we were just making sure that I was all settled in there, and I'm gonna warm his car up at the pro race.
You're not warming shit up. Me and Lyle are warming it up.
Oh, and I got to do a walking tour with John Force. We did like a 45-minute shop tour, just no cuts. him and I mic'd up, walking through, even up to the Eric Medlin project, to the fab shop, to the paint shop, everywhere. I have never seen the full side of John that I saw when we got it. And it was cool because sometimes as we're walking down that aisle talking, just him and I would ask him a question and then he'd start talking and I would kind of get lost in it because he's freaking John Force. And I'm like, okay, you're not watching this on TV. You have to actually ask the next question. And it was really surreal and probably like PRI week this year was one of the coolest things ever. I don't know who allowed me to have the opportunities I'm having, but I'm so thankful for all of it. And, you know, Black Betty, it's got to be because America's sister. So.
We do have we have some Project Ronnie updates. Sig is clocked in on the gas tank. So Sig has been on vacation in Nashville for like a month, and we've been missing him. So he is now back at the shop. We had a little problem with the fuel tank. I was getting ready to go gap Clay Milliken in Dentley, and we realized that the 4-link bracket that we put on the front of the deal was causing it where we couldn't use the fuel tank. So instead of putting a fuel cell in the back of the truck, Jacob is front halving the fuel tank. I had a video, but I don't know if it's up in there. But we went through and I don't even know how to take that off of there. We went through and rebuilt all the doors on the truck this week. All new belt moldings, all new window regulators, all new door handles, armrests. So we're working on Project Ronnie. I don't know if everybody's been hating on me, but as it is off season, Jacob is taking the path on working on Project Ronnie. So
somebody just said I was jumping on the Leah bandwagon. I've known Leah since I was 6 years old. All y'all are on the bandwagon. I've been knowing. So sit on down.
Let's talk about women in motorsports.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. Car Chicks, my girl Jeanette, she puts this deal on, and Maddie Graves and I were the drag racing representatives for it. And it was an hour-long panel of some really deep, in-depth questions of just how to make your ground as a woman. And I think that I was able to kind of be a devil's advocate, and this is going to sound bad, and I even said it when I was on the panel, like, I know we're on a feminist panel right now, but I'm going to be a bit of an anti-feminist and say, really? And say, maybe we just be drag racers. Hey, not a peep. And got to say some really honest, cool stuff. And gosh damn it.
Just like his mom, full of mouth.
Just keep on talking. All bark and no bite. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
Anyway, so as soon as I talk, he'll do it again. Yep. So that was pretty cool that we got to have 4 different generations of people up there talking, 4 different realms of motorsports, 4 different even races up there. We got into race, religion, rhyme, reason, all of it. And it was cool to have a space to speak my mind. And I surely did that. So kind of felt a little guilty walking out of there like I was an anti-feminist in the room. But I think people appreciated it.
Did you hear Jackson Boy?
Oh, I'm sorry, little baby.
Come on, tell me. Come on.
I am very excited. It's been several years since Lyle and I competed in drag racing events in the same year and maybe in the same place. And I'm excited about 2024. Hoping we end up at some races together. Everybody saying that we would love to do some shaking and baking from the winner's circle.
Turns out I was getting a UPS package.
So you're yelling at your dog, and he's actually trying to protect you from the murderous UPS driver. Nitro, everybody's asking about Nitro. Nitro is in the shop most days with me. He hasn't been at the racetracks. I haven't been racing. I haven't had my motorhome or toter home with me a lot. It's hard for me to bring him when I don't have anybody to keep him. So he hasn't been in the track. You'll see him more this year, but he does work all the time. Nitro, every time a UPS or FedEx truck shows up, Nitro's in the truck. Because he can tell when they're coming down the road. He sprints up the road, gets in the truck with them, and the driver brings him back to the shop.
Oh, no.
Like, we got your dog.
Doggies are the coolest. Thanks, Selena. Oh, and I just got a picture of Mark Ingersoll and Jenna eating fajitas watching us on the big screen. So shout out Ingersoll. What up?
Poor old Mark Ingersoll going to just be shitting his drawers here in the next few hours
Jenna.
After
that ain't good for a newlywed.
Ooh, man. While we're talking about dogs, on the subject of dogs, because Sully's been wearing my ass out in the comments. All right, we know that Alabama accidentally beat Georgia in the SEC championship game. Do you guys? I'll tell you what I think, but I want to see in the comments. Do you guys think that the playoff system got the 4 teams correct?
I do not.
Because before the selection day, they told us over and over again that they were going to select the best 4 teams in the sport, not the 4 popular, not who deserved it, not this team. They said they're going to get the best 4 teams in the sport. So who do you guys think is the best 4 teams in college football?
Well, there's just no. I think we may have talked about this before, but there's no way that Florida State is not a top 4 team. There's no way. They can say all they want to about the quarterback situation, right? Like, I get it. They're on their 3rd string, may not be as good of a game. But all them other dudes that play on that team won 13 fucking football games this year. And didn't
they beat everybody that they put in front of them.
They didn't lose a single game, and they deserve to be in the national. This is a complete fail by the college football playoff committee. It is just as hard to watch now as professional football is. And I'm sorry, like, Fletcher Cox is a good buddy of mine, and I love watching the Eagles play, but I don't watch if they ain't playing, I'm not watching professional football. It's just as big of a failure. Like, I mean, I don't even know why anybody watches stick and ball sports anymore. If you're not watching drag, if you spend any of I do like professional baseball, but
I like stick and ball sports.
For what?
Because it's cool. I like anything with competition. I like competition.
But it's not real.
I love watching people lose.
But it's bullshit though. Like, when you watch the college football playoffs for the national championship, you're not watching the best 4 teams in the country's play.
That part I don't
understand. Some committee that is all about dollars and cents over there. Like, fuck.
That part I don't understand. And that's a big part of why I've never been into college football. Because I dropped out of college and I'm smart. But I don't understand why people get to vote on who should be able to go for the national championship. It should be about some kind of record and the way that it goes with the professional deal. I don't understand the vote.
But here's the thing. So we all agree that Florida State should be in. Like, everybody agrees.
I don't have a vote.
Who can tell me? I want to know who thinks that Georgia can't beat all 4 of those teams that are in, including Florida State. Yes, Georgia lost 1 game to Alabama in the SEC championship game. But if it's about the 4 best teams, okay, you don't think Georgia would kick the shit out of Michigan? You don't think Georgia will kick the shit out of Washington? Georgia plays Alabama again, and the refs aren't paid off in calling the game for the Crimson Tide. Georgia wins that game. So you cannot say that the Dogs are not one of the best 4 teams. Now, do I think Florida State shouldn't be in? Absolutely, I think they should be. I'm not saying that. But the Bulldogs will beat any of those top 20 teams on any day, any Saturday. So
Chase
it's a tough.
Freeman, what do you think? Wait.
And I want to know, if I bet you $500, I don't remember that, but if you say I did, I'll send it to you. I don't remember that we bet 500, but
hey, speaking of 500,
I owe you and I'll pay you.
How about that comment that Nate just made? In 10 minutes on this show, we just made $500 for the Burnouts for Kids. Keep going. Keep doing it.
Hey, we need 50,000. Where are we at in total?
Just keep giving. Chase, boomer fucking sooner, says Chase.
Golly.
They're not even in the discussion.
He don't care. Ride or die. Hey, fun fact about Chase Freeman. One time at a Boomers or at a Sooners football game, he got to do the Chick-fil-A kick the field goal for a year of free Chick-fil-A, and he made it. And there's a video, and it's when he was a big boy.
If I got a year at Chick-fil-A, I'm going to be 285 pounds.
He was, but now he ain't.
Jimmy Dale at some point. So Jimmy Dale's he's a well-known no prep racer, and I may like to bring him on at some point. But we talked about the cars taking flight at Rockingham, and about the safety issue and what is and what's not there. And I voiced my opinion that I think that piling weight in the ass end of these things is just a crutch, if you will, for lack of ability to tune a chassis. And that mixed with just, the ridiculously big wings they're putting on the back of these things now. Like, we're headed for complete and utter disaster. Like, we've just been lucky that nobody's gotten hurt so far. But at some point, maybe we'll bring you on and let you kind of talk about the street racing side of this and where it's going and where it's headed, because I think the wrong direction is where it's going. And somebody's going to get hurt pretty bad if we don't do something about it. But I just don't know what you do. There's no tech involved. But anyway.
So this comment right here, yes, they didn't win their conference. But what you're talking about, we're not talking about no prep football over here. We're talking about real football. So when you play in the SEC, you can still be one of the best 4 teams and not win your conference because you play against bad bitches every single week. You don't play against Cal and against Nebraska.
Georgia and Alabama played each other in the national championship. One of those didn't win the conference.
Right. Yep.
So.
And then, like, there's a lot of times, I mean, when if I go race a no prep guy, well, I'll never be behind. But there's times in racing where you're maybe not winning the whole race, but you still win the race.
42,000.
All right. Yes.
Somebody needs to donate $8,000. It's for the kids.
All right. So we need $8,000 to see Lyle eat a steamy plate of fajitas. And it will be on the news.
If there's $50,000 raised, I'm driving. So Nate and his girlfriend have chosen a restaurant. Nate commented in there because I've already forgotten the name, in the Augusta. I'm driving down there to do it.
Oh, man.
So
You just said I'll personally drive to North Carolina to deliver Lyle fajitas.
No, I'm driving down there to do this because that's what I agreed to do. They have a restaurant down there that is apparently known good for its fajitas and whatnot. It'll be like 20 minutes from Stevie's house, so he'll be there.
Yeah, y'all can all come over. We'll get drunk and go.
Wow, Dad's gone.
What's your opinion? I do want to talk about that. So,
Back.
Don, I'm sorry, this is your last high noon. I drank all Don's food.
Stevie doesn't. Well, maybe the back of the track stuff he won't be so hard on. But at Digger Diet Rockingham, they had a center line like we always do, and then they have an outside line. So it wasn't the wall. They had a line painted, I don't know, I would call it 2 to 3 feet off of the wall that you could not cross, it was like crossing the center line. You were
That's
out.
A good deal, right? That's a good thing.
I don't think so.
Unrelated, real quick. Hannah Grace in the comments. Is that the Hannah Grace from the 00 Shit Show letter? I got to know. Keep going.
But
so tell me why you do and don't think that, because I thought they all totaled out all the time. Are they trying to prevent some of that?
Well, I mean, maybe, but I
want to know your opinion. I'm asking because I want to respect your opinion.
I mean, I feel like with the rake in these cars, the way we're driving them down now in no prep form, you can't see that anyway, right? Like in order to know that you're getting close, it's just like me and you in a pro mod, right? Like especially when I was driving the turbo car, when that thing had the wheels hiked up at 400 feet. I literally drove with the scoreboards, right? You just had to know that you were still headed in the right direction until that thing settled out and come down. And like these guys, when you're talking about the money that they're racing for, they're going to drive it regardless. So in my opinion, there's a center line infraction. And if you touch the wall, then you're out. But like to have this outside line and here's my problem also with the outside line is they did not have a camera angle looking down the racetrack to watch the line. They were pulling like people's cell phone videos. There were some big time outside line infractions that they called. I'm talking about semifinals, probably one of the, maybe not the fastest, but definitely one of the fastest dudes there was gone, kicked him out. Nope, you lose, because they called it based on a video shot from the opposite side of the racetrack. Like it was this whole ordeal. Like just make it the center line and the wall and be done. It just causes more issues. When there's not camera angles that can shoot all this stuff, there's more issues in calling races if it's not black and white. You know, like it's got to be one or the other, and they got too much going on down there, and it's discredit the event. You know, like there's so much that can go wrong with that. I don't think there should be an outside line.
I got you. And that makes sense. Marcus Burt, that is huge. Thank you. That's crazy. We will absolutely donate that. That's a big donation.
That's awesome. He must have already bought his new laptop and be able to.
send me somewhere where we bet because I don't remember. But if I bet you, I will pay that to Nate. So if I owe you, I guess maybe we did bet 500. Normally when I bet 500, I know. But if we did do that, I'll donate the Nate or send it to you or whatever you want to do. Marcus Burt, thank you. I will go on and so that ends at midnight. You guys don't let me forget the show. I'm gonna go buy all that stuff.
My mom just texted me and said maybe Black Betty is friends with what was that? I can't even remember. Quarter Mile Media. She thinks he's Quarter Mile Media.
Oh yeah.
Remember that clown? We even forgot about him. He's so lame.
My favorite whiskey currently is probably.
God dang.
Man, that's hard. First of all, while we're doing this, Courtney, stand up and turn around. Let's advertise. I like the logo on your deal. I don't want to see
Double
buttocks.
Shit Show.
Okay.
Look, I got it on the front.
Oh, that's the same. Yeah, we were trying to represent. That's all.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to see your hiney.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
I would say favorite whiskey currently. I'm really in the Four Roses small batch right now.
Hey, real quick, for those of you that are donate, like we obviously appreciate it, but the YouTubes takes a portion of what you donate.
Yeah.
So there is a link. I think
it's in the bio of this video, but I'll post
it's in the bio of this video. If you click for those of you that already donated, obviously don't worry about it. We appreciate it and we'll get the proper amount to them. But if you click the link in the bio, you can just donate directly to the cause. And then because it ends at midnight, so we've got to get this stuff over there. And then they don't take anything from it. Like YouTube's literally taking 50% of what you guys donate.
I will match. So anybody that donated money tonight, the Shake and Bake Show will donate all proceeds tonight to Nate's deal, and I'll match what they take. They take 50%. So KTR put up half of everything that they take. So as soon as I get off the deal, I'll see what all we got, and I'll buy stuff for Nate.
Yeah, go to the video on YouTube, the live right now, and right underneath the bio is the link. Actually, it's above it too. There's two.
That will never happen. I would rather just give Nate the 100,000 and not have to run a turbo car.
Well, he would take that.
Well, if you're giving out 100,000s,
if we get 100 grand, I probably will drive a turbo car. We can get 100 grand for the youngins. Marcus Berger, man.
Oh, that is her. I had nothing to say, Hannah, except you're badass. I just wanted to say hi.
Yeah, your email to
Incredible.
Double Shit that I may get that printed and put it on the wall over here.
I don't know where you're from or what NHRA race or PDRA race you might go to, but please find me somewhere. Find me somewhere and tell me who you are, please.
Come to Gainesville.
Come to Gainesville. Oh, dare not.
Do we have?
That'll be the first place that somebody could get a picture of all three of us at once.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, they're still hunting for that.
Will you guys be at US Street?
I will.
Okay.
Shut up.
I'll be there.
Man.
Oh, man.
The last time this happened was at freaking Ducks race when Lyle got the thing up his nose.
Annette, I'll have to try that.
Oh my God, I'm so excited now for US Street. She did say her hometown was Darlington. I'm a dumbass.
All right, let's talk about KTR shop updates, and then we'll get back on the Cheeto Factory. We got a lot of people
to give away. It's Christmas.
Yeah, I'm gonna give away something cool tonight too. All right, let's see if we got some KTR shop updates. So basically, where we're at, the last time we talked, I had kind of showed you guys. Now we've got the driveway poured. This is an old picture. But she's coming along. Today we're started on the interior windows. We've started on doing framing and trim and cabinets and all the stuff that I suck. I'm not good at. These are office windows. That's one of our 47 bars that we put in the deal. So it's coming along. It's happening way slower than what I wish it was, but it is. It's coming. I don't know if we'll ever move in or if we'll ever actually get it done, or if I'm just going to spend every dollar I've ever made on it forever.
Probably the latter.
Yeah, I do have a nice shed.
Do you have a good shitter?
That's what I thought he was going to say.
There's a lot of shitters in there. I think there's like 24 or 25 toilets in this piece of junk.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty big. Yeah, what about Mike Stavrinos running for Pro Mod in 2024? We got a lot of new blood coming in to NHRA Pro Mod. I suspect, and we're going to do a poll before we can look at the entry fee on how many cars are going to be in Gainesville.
Oh, 35.
I think there'll be 32. And everybody's like, "Oh, there ain't no way." Bullshit. I bet
there's way.
In there.
There's freaking way.
Oh, 4.
Oh, Nate said he's blowing up the comments with the items that are in there. So y'all take a look. How cool, man, that we got to see. Aren't y'all glad we had a show? We got to raise a couple thousand for these kids.
Endo's RC asks, is Lyle's turbo car still at the Elite Shop? It's at Modern. Actually, Justin sent me a picture of it the other day. Still got my name on the window.
I saw a picture of that car today with your name on the window.
Me too. I know which one you're talking about. Old Red Velvet still has a special place in my heart.
Right. She was very smoky today.
Yes, she was.
Yes.
She was usually pretty smoky.
Craig says he's going to send us some new photos tomorrow. Supposedly tomorrow. So I went and picked out paint today, Craig. And tomorrow they are starting painting the walls. I'm ready to get it done. Thank you. All right. Back to the Cheetos. Okay. Yeah, and it is a Mike Janis car for Mike Stervinos. It's good to see. Good to see Janis and them continuing to have success. I haven't publicly told this story, but Mike Janis and that team, we're all competitors. We race against each other. We all are like-minded in that we want to see the sport grow. I had a really tough racing year this year. We had some bad luck. We had some parts failure, and we made some bad decisions. And there was a couple times I really had my ass on my shoulders. And I mean, if you guys have watched me race for a long time, you know that I really hate losing. Lyle, same way. Lyle hates losing, like hates it. Like we hate it. Like it's not like, oh man, we're going to do good next week. Like I want to strangle somebody.
Like more than you love winning.
I lost to Stevie time. Ask him how that worked out.
Yeah, I mean, Lyle's flinging his Hans device in the woods and chasing after a baby duck, but so he can kill him. But I was in pretty bad mental shape a couple of times, and Janis come up to me and he told me, he's like, "Man, I've been there," and really gave me some words of encouragement. And it's funny, if you do this long enough, some of your enemies will become your friends, and some of your people that you don't really know well, you'll end up respecting a lot. There's a lot of good people in our sport. There's a lot of pieces of crap too, but there's a lot of good folks in our sport.
I agree. They're all.
Courtney, did you ask if we hate losing more than we like winning? Nothing.
I hate losing way more than I like winning.
Fuck that. Nothing in this world beats winning a race. Nothing. That feeling, because you're going to lose more than you win. You just got to learn how to deal with that. I mean, I fucking hate to lose.
That's an interesting question, honestly. Like all the drivers I've covered through the years, when you ask them that, you get such a different response from.
I turned it red against Stevie at Virginia, and I had the car to beat that day. I went low for race day. The car was running so good, and I was like 004 red or some shit like that.
Like our buddy Spencer on you the other day
in the first round, and I was cussing, throwing shit, like upset, but. There's still nothing that beats winning.
Erica claims she hates losing more than she loves winning.
That's because she wins. That's because she wins as much as she loses. But
that's true.
Nah, I disagree with that.
Every single driver is motivated different. I think it just depends on where your hunger comes from. Hers is a chip on the shoulder, proving people wrong. Yours is just fucking domination.
Yeah.
But anyway, see, that's a good question. Stevie?
Oh, man.
I was there this day. I was there.
I guarantee you there ain't no video of it happening. Look at Olivia right there. Yeah, I drove that thing. But the thing has got it's not like today's homosexual turbo cars. That thing got a clutch and a transmission in it that you shift. So, like, if it's got a clutch and you leave starting line at 8,000 and it's got 50 pounds of boost, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, until it shells everything it's got in it and you just destroy the woman's car.
No warranty expressed or implied. Everybody's car that I tune or race, and you can ask Sydney, you can ask any of these guys, the first thing I tell them is I'm going to tear up everything you got.
I remember when you first got
Before
on.
I'm done,
$1,450 raised from the show.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. But before I'm done, it's going to haul ass. And that's also a promise that's right behind it. I told Marcus Burt when we went nitrous racing, I said, Marcus, I'm going to make you the quickest nitrous RVW car the world had ever seen. And I'm going to burn about 3,000 pistons along the way. We actually didn't burn that thing up too much. Every piston we ever burnt with Marcus Burt's car, Jeffrey Parker burn up.
Blame everything on Jeffrey.
Yeah.
I vote for that.
Well, that's because Jeffrey has a shitty taste in beer, so I'm not going to stick up for him.
He's got a cool wife and cute kids, though.
Yeah, but his wife and his kids make him cool, not vice versa.
I'll agree.
So far, the best, well, that's twofold. So I've had two that are absolutely unique. The Unicorn, the one me and Billy Stockland called the Unicorn, was built by Steve Dishbine at Jerry Bickle Race Cars. It was one of the last Dishbine cars out of there. And that car, until I crashed it in Charlotte, was absolutely perfect. And it still is on the racetrack winning races. It has won races this year. And then Charlotte is probably hands down the best race car that I've ever had. Not only did we win 16 Wallies in 2 world championships with it, it also won another world championship this year. So that car just keeps on winning. So far, those are the best 2 pro mods that I've had.
How many races do you have to win to surpass Ricky?
I think it's 2, but it could be 3. I'll have to look and see if he's won another one since I broke my neck.
How many has he won?
Either 14 or 16. I'll have to look and see. I need to go out there and look. I think it's 14, and I think Ricky has 16, if I'm not correct. I mean, he started racing before I was born. So,
Yeah.
But still, like, it's hard to win a Wally. It can take you 10 more years to win one. Like, they don't give them out. It isn't like the Cheeto factory.
No, they don't.
All right. What else we got? All right. Let's see. We got that. We got that.
I'm
we got
freaking frequent tonight.
Yeah. All right. So if you guys have some comments or questions that we have not covered, drop them in there. Let's get to them. Then we're going to give away some stuff.
I got some stuff to give away.
And for you guys that came in late, we're sorry that we don't have Big Chief on. He had a scheduling conflict and could not make it on last minute. And we appreciate you guys coming to watch.
Yeah, I'm glad we did it. This was fun. It's kind of back to basics.
Brad, the Honky Rocket is being held hostage. I told the avionics shop today, you either have to give me my airplane or buy it. So I took it in for annual. We ended up painting the leading edge. I flew it through a thunderstorm and blew all the paint off the front of the wings. I went through a Category 5 hurricane at 315 knots and knocked all the paint off of it. So they're fixing that. And it's taking forever. I don't know if I'll ever get it back.
I flew.
It's gonna be it's gonna be classic. I don't know. I keep getting asked about this, and I don't really talk about this much because I don't think that they're relevant. I don't know what they're coming to race, but if they are getting a pro mod,
but here's my question. And again,
I'm excited for them to come race pro mod.
For Black Betty and the Cheeto Eaters, I like the Swanstrom crowd. Like,
I do too.
Corey and I are cool. Yeah, we don't always disagree, and we publicly disagree with each other on Facebook. But I like those guys. But my question is, if No Prep Kings and what is going on over there is so good, why are you getting a pro mod? Why are you bringing a pro mod out? Why are you doing
or for RVW was so good?
If it's so good over there, then what's the need in bringing a pro mod out is my question.
What do we know what class they're going to race in? Because I don't know. Are they coming to run like NHRA? Are they coming to run PDRA or Midwest?
I would say the outlaw stuff so they can race the Florida.
Oh, the like snowbirds and such. Well,
I would say. I mean, and I don't blame them. Like, it's in their backyard. And they don't have a car.
I mean, they've kind of done that before.
I lived in Florida. I would try to have a pro mod to run in Austin.
Yeah, you've got a handful of good races to go to each year. Shout out, you can watch my show.
Marcus, I would call up 1-800-KTR and I would just start right at the front. Don't mess around with all these other folks and start back at 16th. Don't hang around ball ground too much. Just come to KTR and you can just start right up at the front. Got one you can get any day.
Dolph Lightning is asking about my argument with Corey on the internet the other day. And here's my problem with the No Prep Kings guys is that it's the best thing going when nothing else is going on. But if anything else related to drag racing is doing well, there's always some shade thrown. Always. And it's why that we, even on here, we have a little bone to pick or we talk a little shit here and there, is they cast so much shade. And some of it, like in that instance, in my opinion, went a little far. Like, look, if we're all rowing the boat in the same direction to get a little West Buckish here, then we're all doing the right thing, right? You know, high tides raise all ships is what he says. We all need to row the boat in the same direction. But they cast a lot of shade, man. And that's, I have to draw the line somewhere. And Corey's good on the internet. He argues well. He is good with his words. But
yeah,
at some point,
I think he likes to be in the mix.
At some point, you got to get on the racetrack, though, and do it. And I like anything that brings relevance to our sport. That's what I always say about no prep racers. I think they have a very important niche. I think they brought a lot of people to the sport, and I am a fan of bringing people to the sport.
Speaking of
but
Cheetos,
if you're gonna run in those outlaw races in Florida, there's bears there, like bears.
Speaking of Cheetos, I've seen this comment 2 or 3 times that rumor is that Alex Laughlin's going to go run NPK. I've also heard that, and not from the horse's mouth because I don't really speak to the horse, but I don't know. I think that'd be right up his alley.
Black Betty, if you can afford it, I'd love for you to send us some cheese and I'll show you how to spend it. Because if you show me a racer who's not hunting sponsors, I'll show you how to shoot a racer.
I don't know, but I hope that he brings a pro mod to the U.S. Street Nationals, and in between winning the Snowbirds, I'll fucking drag his ass down the racetrack too if you want some.
Every day that I work, the internet is my job, right? You got to let shit roll off your back. You got to. But as a woman, but this guy's pissing me off.
Let me find some sponsorship for the U.S. Street so I can make sure I can afford to run you, Black Betty, if you bring your pro mod.
Yeah, let me know.
Or if you don't have one, you can shut the fuck up.
I'll air that match race.
So, Brian, to answer your question, the back and forth with me and Tidwell is based in it's really good-natured fun. I have a lot of respect for Scott Tidwell and Scott Tidwell Racing. They are the type of people I like to race against. Scott's well-funded. He had 100 times more money than I do. He's associated with some crabs. So, like, he's the type of person that I like to go race against. He's got thick skin. He's not going to try to beat me up after the race. We can actually go hash it out on the racetrack. He thinks he knows how to run a screw blower, and he doesn't. And I'm going to show him. So that's I'm going to show him how to run one. So that's all that is.
Did you just call me a crab?
What?
Did you just call me a crab?
Well, no, I said that hangs around with some crabs. I didn't name any crabs. I just said that there's maybe some crabbing around.
Okay.
Lyle Barnett's my hero. You're not a crab.
Give me a little Black Betty shade right there.
You got at least you caught it. Most of the time I'm talking shit, people don't even get it.
Lyle's smart and pretty, you know.
He is smart and pretty. News coming soon. I'm working. I got a lot of irons in the fire. Building this new shop really is a bigger undertaking than what I had anticipated, but I'm working on some stuff.
Dolph Lightning, I do not doubt that at all. Probably mailed his. No, that was talking about a different comment. Probably mailed his vote in too. No, and look
again, we're not.
And again,
this guy's
Justin Swanstrom does a great job. Like, if there's anybody who has figured out how to do it, whether it's social media, YouTube, merchandise sales, like, again, I feel like I've beat it around several times. Like, I'm not knocking the dude. Like, he's figured it out. He is funding his racing based off of what he's doing on and off the racetrack. Yep. And I commend him for it. Like, yep. I don't hate that dude at all. Like, Justin and I are buddies. I've been on his podcast. You know, like,
he's a nice guy.
Right. I'm not hating on him, his dad. I think his mom they're all great people. Slinky, the whole group. But, like, we're from two different sides, and there's got to be some feud here and there. We like talking shit to each other, and
It's fun.
It's good.
The lines are drawn. Why not play with it?
Jesus.
And that comment about the numbers, it's ignorant. It makes no sense. You can't. That's apples to fucking potatoes.
Again, when you're talking about numbers, you're talking about fan interest. You're not talking about drag racing talent. And that's what, like, compared to the numbers that the Cheetos eaters have, they have more fans than we do. I'm not ever doubting that.
And it's
you
scripted.
put the bitches on the same racetrack and it's night and day. That's all I'm talking about. Don't confuse being a wrestler with being a racer. It's two different. One of them, they only start with the same letter. That's a double O shit show damn comment right there. God dang them. Send me cheese.
We all need cheese. I was looking for this specific picture, Lyle. I found him today from the winner's circle of, I don't remember what race it was, but you and Erica, she did this and you did this.
Yeah.
Do you remember which race that was? We didn't win that many this year, so it couldn't be really much. Were you at Pomona? You weren't at Pomona. Were you in Vegas?
Vegas.
You were in Vegas.
Because that's where y'all locked it up, right? No, y'all did that.
No, but we knew once we won Vegas, we knew everybody else was fucked.
Yes, I definitely do like the Grudge game and look forward to dabbling in the game.
Hey, I just, Lyle, this one's for you. So I had a meeting this week when I was at Flow. Flow is putting a bunch of money into this pro race, obviously. We're going to have a full activation booth there, which we've never had at a drag race before. We're going to have memberships given away, all kinds of swag. We're going to have a Christmas tree there. We're going to bring drivers in to do challenges and stuff with fans to win subscriptions. And Spencer Hyde just said, tell Lyle, I'm going to beat him on the practice tree at the pro race since we both have no rides. So I do believe Flow Racing would love to sponsor and air a Grudge match with you two at the booth.
Best of how many?
Whatever you two clowns decide.
Who, me and Lyle?
No, Spencer just texted me and wants to challenge Lyle.
Like a practice tree contest or something?
Yeah, we have to bring drivers into the booth. I know what you said, but this is for a Flow activation push. So
see if they can activate that and it's showing less ads on the damn screen.
Again, I'll give you an email address. That ain't my department. I get it.
Me.
But the
I'm speaking for
it
the people.
pissed me off last show when you said that. I won't lie.
I'm speaking for the people. See, y'all think we all get along. Most of the time, Courtney wants to kill me because I tell the truth. Somebody told me yesterday, they said, everybody loves you until you start telling the truth. And that's
I love you. I love you dearly. I also think you sometimes don't like me because I tell you the truth. So,
Jesus
the
Christ.
truth's a double-edged sword.
Ain't it? But anyway, Lyle, are you in? Will you come do that to help me promote the Flow booth?
I'm in.
Okay. We'll hash
I got
out
10 bucks on Lyle.
and Stevie too. You as well. If
I
you're
got
gonna
10 bucks on Lyle. I can't race these guys. These are modern-day heroes out here.
Well, I'm a chump. So race me.
I'm an arrogant, washed-up asshole. So
I'm not good on practice tree. I mean, I can skin up most folks, but anybody that's Cheetos. But I
He
mean, like
said
race
loser
cars
buys
now,
fajitas.
Caution Lap asked what was the most impressive thing we saw at PRI. The most impressive thing I saw that I think will never work are all the engine components made of carbon.
What about the chassis made out of carbon? That'd be pretty good.
Except not.
Toss go out there and
I
shake.
just say, go out there and shake the tires one time. Come back.
Hey, sorry, I cracked my frame rail.
Tell me how that holds up.
Yeah.
I don't believe I've ever been called uptight before.
Oh, that's a good idea. Spencer, did you see that comment up there?
About
Lyle
the
and
beers?
Spencer on the practice tree after 10 beers.
Yes. We'll do like a best of 5 sober, then chug beers. After 3 beers, do some more. After 5 beers, do some more. Those are
Yeah,
American
I'd like to
beers.
see how y'all's. I'd like to see how y'all fare as you begin to drink.
And that double O shit show is exactly. Oh, there you go. He's in. All right, catch it at the Flow booth. Come on.
I've already quit racing, so I have to restart before I quit.
Spencer, what are we doing? Is this just one shot? Like
No.
we pull in there walk into the booth, we sit down, and it is a one hitter? Are we going best of 3 or best of 5?
We're gonna do a lot of different scenarios.
All right, well,
Because we're using the shit out of Spencer because we're promoting the World Series of Pro Mod that next week. So obviously we'll use you as well, or the next month. I mean, obviously we'll use you as well. So I'm gonna need both of you to friend up and stick around the flow booth for me.
Dwayne Mills has beat me way more than Lil Mo. As far as I know, I think me and Lil Mo are even. I think that we have raced twice. Once I flipped the car upside down over backwards and totaled it out for $500 and he won.
yeah, you did.
And then I crushed him in the back half shootout. There may have been more, but I think we're either even. I think we're even. Dwayne Mills has skint me up more than that. Dwayne Mills has me by a couple. But Dwayne Mills has never beat me in a grudge race because he would not and did not, as far as I know.
Nate, where are we at now? I thought he put the new amount. I'd like to see where we're at now, but he said, shout out to Spencer, donated 500 to Burnouts for Kids. Y'all keep donating.
Ron, East Coast, fill that glass.
Don, this is your last high noon in the refrigerator, by the way. Our office needs replenishment. Don brings food and drink into our office, and I eat it and drink it.
I have to shoot a professional podcast at 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. I'm sorry.
Come on.
What is in your throat?
Oh, that's what I heard. All I heard was a bunch of bitching and whining.
Well, I'm not going to finish the bottle tonight.
Phil says no victims, only volunteers.
What are we doing next? Are we giving shit away? I got some.
Yeah, we need to.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, we broke a rock arm. So Mo's probably got me by 1. Yes, I think both of them have got me and have a winning record. All right, so we're at 1550 on the Shake and Bake Show.
Chris Tinch asked Lyle, are you going for JR again? I think I've ran that dude out of Outlaw Pro Mod Racing. Out. I mean, it cost him about 7,500, 10,000. No, more than that.
I got 300 of that day at World Series.
A lot.
And you didn't even, he wanted to give me $300 for calling you Lynette on air, and you didn't even bat an eye. It was the easiest $300 I've ever made. What do you care what I call you?
Well, it sounds like we need to start working together on these deals.
Let's do it.
This was not a good video. So what y'all don't know is I lost that race by 1/1000th of a second in a Pro Nitrous car off the trailer against a top alcohol dragster at Carolina Dragway. That was for a lot of money, and I lost that thing by 1,000.
Clay Milliken's landed. Everybody take a deep breath. Clay Milliken's on the ground. He's safe. The people's shit.
Right, hey, you're only 116 miles from my shop. So
yeah, where are you going?
If you want to head east and come get the wrenches out, me and Ronnie need some help.
Yeah, that's true. It's Delta. Of course he's going there. Gosh, dang it. My medicine only lasts like an hour.
Yeah, if y'all also click. So we've raised $1,500 for some children, cussed out the Cheeto eating basement dwellers, got to talk to famous race car drivers, named a new former friend.
Established that I'm an arrogant asshole, apparently.
I was an arrogant asshole. And Courtney's got the swine flu.
I do. Well, let's give some shit away on that note.
Yeah, let's give some stuff away. All right. So because Matt has told me that we're out of flasks, so we have given away all of our serial number flasks. I don't have anything else to give away, so I'm going to give away. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give away $100 also on top of what we're doing. But I'm going to give it away to the children. So if you answer right, you're helping the kids. You're not getting shit.
You don't get shit.
My question is, let me put this in the private chat.
Oh, same. I got to put mine in there.
All right.
Some of the loudest typing
Right.
I've ever heard.
Jesus.
For the children.
Oh, we get it. It was a drum roll. You weren't.
No, it wasn't. He's just playing it off because he's sly.
Okay.
All right. In 2004, Mike Ashley won the NHRA Pro Mod World Championship. Who was his crew chief?
Oh.
Everybody's Googling like a
I was
son
gonna
of a
say,
bitch.
there's no comment coming in. There's people firing up the Google machines.
That's the worst part about these trivias is like it's Googleable. It's really just
already.
there it is.
Already.
Brad Schmidt. I'll give you bad to get that. No, Chuck Ford, the guy that builds our roots on superchargers, the Alabama Slammer.
That's
the
not
builder
who
of what
that's not who I saw first.
Who got it first?
I
Nope.
saw Brad.
I
too.
have Jeff Griffey Jr. is first on mine.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Jeff Griffo Jr. So, Brad, you got Gap. Jeff, you just donated $100 for the children.
Brad, you did get
Thanks, Jeff.
Brad, you got Gap. Find me a tall deck motor and quit messing around. Find me some gears from a Pro Mod and I need a screw
we're
ball.
playing trivia, Brad. No win.
Oh,
I
it's your dad. I know it's your dad. Molly's
have two things to give away from Double O Shit Show tonight. So I don't know which one, David. I don't care. I don't know. I just asked if I could give away a couple things. So maybe a no help hat and a no help shirt or something. But first question is, and I pulled the audience a bunch of group texts that I have for these questions. Bob Glidden, the anniversary of Bob Glidden passing away was the other day. So we're going to do this in memory of the GOAT. Who raced Bob Glidden in the finals in 1986 at the World Finals?
You're going to have to put that in the private chat.
I did.
Okay.
And then I just pressed enter. Whoops. Who was Bob Glidden's opponent in the final round of the 1986 year I was born, shout out, World Finals? This is Googleable, so just...
Damn, you old as hell.
Fuck off.
All right.
Nope.
John Force. Jason Line.
Jason Line. That's funny. No. 1986 final round against Bob Glidden at the World Finals.
No,
Annette-
this take a while.
Big Chief. Somebody said Big Chief.
Nope. Big Chief was hanging out with Chester Cheeto at Cheeto Factory then.
Ooh, this turned out to be a good one.
This is a pretty good question. Everybody's failed mine.
Yep.
Also, R.I.P. Bob Glidden. No.
You see. Don Carl.
Yep, there it is.
Yep,
James Thompson. Yep,
yeah,
good job, buddy.
Yep. Now they're rolling in.
Email. What is David's email address? I was quite prepared for this. Double DOUBLE 00 shit show at gmail.com. I'll put it in the comments. Email your information to 00 shit show at gmail.com. And thank you to Double O Shit Show.
Alan Johnson. Come on, Marcus. And who won that one? That was James Thompson. Is that right?
Yeah.
James Thompson. I don't know if David's still watching. I'm gonna text him. Or James, also maybe just comment your email. James Thompson one.
Are you
Wow,
asking?
you got anything?
No,
okay,
no.
he's there.
You got another question?
I do.
All right.
And this is at the request of Blake Scott. This has nothing to do with anything. I feel stupid even saying this. When was the first commercial flight to go smokeless? Because he's a Zin consumer. The first commercial flight to go smokeless. I'm going to put it in the comments. The year will be fine, but if you're like Mike DePalma, you can have all the information. First commercial flight to go smokeless. Sponsored by Zin.
That's crazy.
I know.
Is that never mind.
The pilot, I just copied and pasted the text. The pilot's not correct.
Oh.
It better not be. There's no way that's correct.
No.
He's just being funny, right? Right.
I don't know. I have to do some of my sneaky pilot shit and see if I can find that out.
So we're looking for the year. I don't think I've seen it yet. I can't freaking see. My eyes are swollen. My head hurts. I'm so sick.
Oh no!
I am. I got the man flu.
What am I gonna do?
Shut up.
I got a new cigar. Somebody gave me a cigar the other day. That might help you out.
Nope, I haven't seen it. Haven't seen it.
Here, have some tissues. Sponsored.
I do need a.
Hey, that's how you know I'm always selling. The guy that says that we're always hunting for sponsors, yes, we are, because you have to buy tissues, dumbass.
I have not seen it yet.
Nobody's gonna
Is this
get
not
that ever.
Googleable?
Internet will close down, huh?
Is this not Googleable?
People are not Googling because they're too busy listening to you whining about the rub and tug flu.
I don't feel good. And it ain't the rub and tug flu. I'm not a track snack anymore.
I missed it. Did somebody else say something about us chasing sponsors?
Yeah, the guy was dogging us out and said
There it
we're
is.
always chasing sponsors. I was like, chasing sponsors? What are you talking about? We got mall tissue paper over here.
I saw it. Where'd it go? Is it Michael Floyd? Was he the first one?
I don't know. Yeah, y'all don't know this, but Double C felt really, really bad today. Like I'm proud of her.
Like
coming
really
on.
bad. Like it's coming back. Michael Floyd. Same thing. Please, 1972 is the answer. Please send that email to 000shitshow@gmail.com. I had good questions tonight.
That was pretty good.
Thanks.
This has been an awesome show. I'm sorry about Big Chief not coming on, but I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys.
I'm not. I mean, it's our show.
Can we get a? Oh no! I got a lot of text messages. We have a lot of hate. Oh man. Ooh. I better not talk about any of that. Can we get a final total on how much money Stevie is Lyle going to be your teammate for Roundy Round Racing in October? Is there Roundy Round Racing?
Yeah, and you and I are teammates.
Oh, we are? Okay, what are we racing? We'll get something?
Yeah, complete beaters. It's
I
gonna be
guess
all.
I'll just fuck myself.
We gotta build something?
We'll talk.
Okay. Can we cheat?
Cool.
Hmm.
Oh, I should have given away a 6-pack shirt. You're right. I should have.
We do have potentially a new beer coming to the Shake and Bake show, but I got to test it out first, and we'll see. I got to test it. I shipped us some.
Fine. I'll find my own teammate. I don't need y'all. I'll do something on my own. Fuck
You're
yeah.
not going to drive in a Roundy Round
I
beater
don't do
race?
anything. The guy at Flo asked me if I'd ride a bull the other day. I said, fuck yeah. I'll
Courtney.
do whatever.
You can't
You
drive.
can't even get a cold not whine about it.
You can't drive a nail in a watermelon.
Y'all are mean tonight.
That's your way out of wet paper sack. How you going to?
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you guys for watching. Our next show will be January 2nd, which will be the day after New Year's. So we won't talk to you guys over Christmas or New Year's, but I hope that all of you have a very safe and happy holidays. Have a Merry Christmas. And be careful. Don't
Except for Black Betty.
Betty.
I hope Santa Claus brings you a stocking full of lumps of coal.
I hope Santa.
We've sold $1,580 in raffle tickets since the show started. That's awesome. Plus what I'm about to buy as soon as I get a total on how much cheese we got here. So that's great. What did Marcus Burt say that was fun?
50,000. I'll eat fajitas.
Ooh,
Question before we go, Lyle Barnett, are you on the naughty or the nice list?
That's a stupid question.
You're on the naughty list, aren't you?
No,
Oh,
I make the nice list every year.
Oh, do you?
Well,
there are years I have not made the nice list.
Do you?
Except for this year, I guess I'm arrogant and an asshole. So
Stevie Fast, are you on the naughty or the nice list?
Naughty list, I am.
This year, I'm on the nice list. Previous years, I've been on the naughty list. But this year, I've turned it all the way around. Santa Claus is going to bring me a blown alcohol Hemi.
I agree. I've been on the naughty list the last 4 or 5 years or so, but I've really turned it around. I think I'm about all.
You think you have turned it around?
I have. I have definitely cleaned up my behavior.
Okay.
Bad.
Ain't nobody got stories about me from nothing this year. So,
Sure. Well, if you're gonna be good at it. That's what I always say.
So look, Santa's coming to all of our houses. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Can't believe we're saying that. Merry
Filthy
Christmas.
animals.
This year has flown by faster than any of the years in my previous life.
fact.
Every time we'll say it more every year.
While I'm telling you, as MacFab continues to expand, you're gonna be like, where did the month go? Where did the quarter go?
It's already like that.
Flo has sped my life up into like 4 times.
Matthew, I have no idea how slow them pieces of shit are. I don't know because they don't have clocks because they're so slow. They're scared to tell you how fast they are. So I don't know. I don't know how fast they are. They might run 340s. I don't know. But I'm hoping that they show up at a track near us and show us. Yeah, Marcus, you can't put Marcus on the naughty list. Marcus donated $500 a night for the children's.
Marcus stays on that naughty list.
He said it cost me $500 to fix a laptop.
Exactly.
Faster than any of the other small tire races. All y'all's no prep heroes that y'all think we slapped the shit out of them for a bunch of money in the Grudge race days with the big ball Mustang.
You skipped the comment that's 2 up from that. You skipped that one.
Yeah, that's because it's some craziness. Somebody that doesn't know.
All right. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. I hope you guys have happy holidays. We'll see you on January 2nd.
Bye.
Roll that beautiful.